Hello and welcome to today's video. I'd like to thank Solbio for actually supporting this channel. And Solbio is a completely natural toilet fluid. It can be also used in the waste tank. It's environmentally friendly as it's made from completely natural ingredients. So if you'd like to know more about this product, there'll be more at the end of the current video, and there will be links below. Thank you. Today I've got a treat for those of you interested in off-road vehicles. This is a Saurer military vehicle from originally the Swiss Army, and as such it's probably just the sort of thing you'd want to do a bit of off-roading. On the back we have got a unit from the Belgian Army. So it was one of these NBC decontamination chambers, NBC nuclear biological chemical, and ex-Belgian Army. And as such, there's a number of people using these NBC decontamination chambers, and the advantage of them is that they make great things to turn into RVs. Now, so what we've got here is we can walk up the stairs. I'll walk up the stairs and we'll come into the vehicle. So fantastic conversion has been done here. So coming through the porch, the first thing we've got is the wash basin, and I'm going to do it left side first. And now it's being lived in, so you've got to expect. Not mind you, it's fantastically clean. I wish my vehicle looked like this after it's been cleaned out. This is a diesel heater. I really like things like this. I mean, you can get them in wood or sorry, you can't get them in wood. You can get them to burn wood, or you can get them to burn gas as well. And the thing with diesel, obviously, we've got diesel tanks. You don't have to faff around looking for gas to put in it or what have you. Here we've got a fridge and a bit of storage under it, a big workspace, a domestic kitchen here, and this is oak. Now, you'd never normally put oak in an RV, but when you've got a huge amount of payload, you can do what you want. So in this case, the owners have put in an oak top to it. So there we have the range, utterly a domestic range, absolutely. Crawls, sorry, before we get on that, here a bit of storage down there. There's the crawl space through to the cabin. The bed is made by sliding out here. I won't do it as a demonstration, it's not my vehicle. And here we can see what's going on with the battery power. Obviously something like this built toward a stack of solar on the roof, and you know, obviously it's your own thing, so you put as much batteries in as you'd want. And right here we have more storage. Saurer on tour, and here is the shower unit. Now, the shower unit also comes with the door. Currently the door cannot be used, it's blocked because of the walls of the vehicle are there, but we can see here we've got it written there, up there in Flemish and sorry, in Dutch and French, and so there's the instruction on what to do should you need to get out in a hurry. That was for its original use. Now the ventilation there, I'm not terribly certain how that would have worked with the NBC capacity. Presumably there was something else over it or before, I don't know. So there's a shower unit, and coming right the way down here we have got the toilets in here. So open the toilet. Oh, I can't open it. No, I'm sorry, it was open. There's the toilet, which closes like this, as it is now, and we've got this. Well, it's not really a dressing area because there's no wardrobe here, but that gives an idea. So got this very nice area to dress. Now, one of the advantages if you've got the shower door to the outside is that you can get the dog, for example, washed immediately, or for example, when I'm out cycling, currently I've got to walk through the van with my dirty feet. Well, if you've got a shower immediately with the door like here, then you can come straight into the shower, wash yourself up, and then come into the rest of the van. And this is a superbly attractive van. Right, now let's come out and walk down the steps. Also, we have another emergency exit here. Oh, you can see here sort of the form of the gas door as it was in the original vehicle. I think this has been added afterwards, but that's the original locking device for it, and that's where the dog lives. Right, so let's walk down the steps. I'm going to be careful walking down the steps because I haven't done my shoes up, because I don't walk into people's vans with my shoes on. So let's have a look around the side as well. So if you wanted to get out that way, you could let the sides of the vehicle down to get access. Now, the owners told me that despite the fact that this has now been sold, the fact that the vehicle's getting on 40 years old, 37 years old, the Swiss Army wouldn't reveal the details, the technical parameters. So they don't know what the axles, I've forgotten the word in English now, what the difference is between one side to the other. So there are things of this nature, rather odd in my opinion. Anyway, that's the Swiss Army for you. So there you have it. Oh, there's somebody making a noise now. There we have this magnificent 1985 Saurer motorhome, and let's look at it from this angle. So this is inside the driver's cabin. I'm going to try and give you a little bit of an explanation. Now, I need to point out that I am not very good at these things, so if anybody can actually correct or improve on what I've said, I will pin the comment. Unfortunately, only pin one comment at a time. But anyway, let's have a look at this. Right, so first thing is it's a semi-automatic gearbox. So we see here we have got 5 gears. Well, in fact, we've got more than that, because we've also got half gears by the use of this thing here. So at the moment, as you can see, it's between 4th and 5th. Press this down and I've got gear 4 and a half. So it's only two pedals. There's no clutch in this. Right down here we've got this thing here, which is a cold start device. Now this, if the temperature is below -30, then by the use of ether, which is kept in a container behind it in the engine, and that will allow the engine to start in times when the diesel just won't work. Now today we have different types of fuels and things, so it might not be used today. I don't know. I mean, somebody else will know more than I do on this subject. Right, so we've got the brake here, the hand brake, but also because it's so heavy, we've got other brakes here. So this thing here will actually, it's got 4 positions, and that will stops the exhaust, and so that will also act as an engine brake. Now here we've got a curious thing, which is stops the differential. Right, so that you've got the lorry like this, and then it turns a corner like that. So the wheels on the left side are spinning at a different rate to those on the right side. That's logical because they have to work harder. But what if the vehicle is like this for some reason, and there's no grip on the right hand side, so that all the power is going to the right, but there's no grip on it, so the vehicle won't move. So what this does here is it is a differential lock. It makes this one here, gives power to this side, and so that will allow the vehicle to continue its maneuvering. It could be this side, could be in mud, it could be up in the air, or something of that nature. This engine is, I think it's a 12 litre, if I remember rightly, 250 horsepower, if I remember rightly. Could have got that wrong. If I've got it wrong, I'll put it in the comment section below. What else did I want to show you here? Well, anyway, look, it's got a very military appearance still. You can still feel sort of the diesel smell of it, despite the fact that it is ultra clean inside. And it's only got, this one's 158, and a half, less than 160,000 kilometers on the clock. A big steering wheel, as you'd expect from these time when this was built. I think they do them a bit smaller these days. And good, that's it. If there's any questions, I'm sure another reader will be able to answer them, because I'm feeling a bit outside my comfort zone talking about things of this nature. Thanks for watching. I hope you found that of interest, and all the best from me in Bad Kissingen at Abenteuer und Allrad. So this is the first time ever that I have accepted any support for promoting a product on YouTube. Now, I've been on YouTube now for 15 years, and I've been doing the van life stuff for a number of years as well. The reason I haven't accepted support in the past is because I felt it had to be something which I really agreed with, and a product I knew. So I had to feel 100% about recommending it to others. This is Solbio, and this is a toilet additive. Now, what's the point of a toilet additive? Well, when you use the toilet, then it goes into a cassette, and you have to dump the cassette somewhere. Now, if you just urinate into it, then there should be no problem. But if you put any solids into it, then it makes it a bit more difficult. Now, one thing you can do is, if you have constant diarrhea, then you may not need a toilet additive, because you should be able to dump it without any problems. For those of you who don't suffer from this problem, then one thing you might want to consider doing, in fact, one thing you're going to have to consider doing, is using a toilet additive. Now, there's two types. There's the blue stuff, which is manufactured by a number of companies, and it works pretty well. No problems there whatsoever with the way it works. Oh, there's the green stuff, which is ecologically based. Now, up until now, the green stuff didn't work as well as the blue stuff. But I think with Solbio, we're now seeing a comparative working rate. It works just as well. So it's ecological. What it's got inside are natural soaps, it's got natural citric acid, it's got essential oils and plant extracts, and that breaks down whatever it is that you're throwing into the toilet, or releasing into the toilet, I should say. And when you come to a dump station, you can just tip up your cassette and it all flows in nicely. Now, you may say, well, I have constant diarrhea, and so therefore I don't need something like that. Well, that may be the case, but one thing that this has got, it's got a rather pleasant fragrance to it as well. Now, I personally like the fragrance of the blue stuff, but I know I'm in a small minority on that one. One thing I noticed when I've been doing tests of really small vehicles, such as 5.5 meter ones above all, so as soon as you open the door, you have this fragrance, let's say, of the blue stuff sort of hits you. Now, with this one here, Solbio, it's got a more natural sort of smell. It's a bit eucalyptus. I'm trying to find a good way of actually describing it, and the best thing I could think of, it's got, you know, these cough drops or these eucalyptus like sweets, and it's got this type of fragrance within the toilet anyway. And if you're in a small van, I bet it could fill up the small van. I haven't really noticed it sort of when I'm sitting here in this position, for example, but maybe I'm not using enough of it to actually notice. Next thing is it safe to use? Well, the thing with the blue stuff is there are good reasons to suggest that it may not be completely safe to use. I mean, it does break things down in a chemical manner. I mean, I'm not going to suggest it's dangerous or anything like that, but I don't think it is particularly good for the environment. If it comes into contact with plants or things of this nature, I mean, there's warnings that, I mean, if you get it in a fish tank or something like, I don't know why you want to put it in a fish tank, but if you put it in a fish tank, then the fish will die. So this, as it comes from natural things, you assume that it's okay. Now the blue stuff as well, I've noticed I always get it on my hands. And not only that, I mean, obviously I sort of miss the toilet as well. Sorry, I get it into the toilet bowl. I don't miss the toilet, I miss the sort of the hole where you open up for the toilet. And it sort of stains, and it takes a few flushes for it to actually go down. I don't know if that's bad or not, but it's with this stuff, it's almost translucent. Not quite, but almost. As is when you dump it out, which seems a bit odd the first time. You think, hang on just a minute, I'm sure I didn't just urinate in there. But that's the way it is. The manufacturers say it doesn't cause skin irritation. I have never experienced skin irritation from the blue stuff, but I have heard of people having this problem. And let's have another look at it, because here it comes in two. One's for marine use and the other's for motorhome use. Now it could be that mariners use the toilet or they eat something a bit more dodgy, or I don't know, but it's different. This contains 40 doses, and it's dosed via this thing down here, this little tap. Now I know there are people who are suspect of these taps. Now I previously worked in the packaging industry, and indeed I used to give talks being an expert. I don't think I was much of an expert, but I do know a little bit about it. This technology is perfectly safe, I think, to use. It's not, I mean, it's often used in bag-in-the-box applications, and so you get wine or something. The wine's in a box, and it got this tap that sticks out, and you use it. In the company I used to work, where we produced blueberry juice, we used this technology, and I've never known the taps to go wrong in my direct experience. But when they first came out, I agree there was problems with them. I've heard of people saying they put something in the fridge, or they in the van, and something hit here. In theory, you're supposed to knock both ends down at this. Oh, sorry, pull them both up and press down at the same time to get it to work. So I mean, I do accept that these things can go wrong. Just as, I mean, if you don't close a bottle properly, everything will go out. But I make that part. Other than that, the bag may seem a little unsturdy because of the way it is. But I can tell it's made from recycled. It's green plastic. It's I think it's quite safe. So there's some observations on this, and as far as I'm concerned, I really do think it is a good solution for you. Now, it costs roughly the same as the blue stuff. There isn't much difference. Now, I do appreciate that if there was a price difference, that might be a problem. Although, I think if you're into motorhomes, then you probably like living in harmony with nature, which is what I'm in it for, really. I think it's the call of nature, this contact with nature and all the rest of it. So I think that protecting nature is something that I would want to do. Whether or not I'm prepared to pay a premium, yes, maybe I'm prepared to pay a little bit of a premium for it, but in all honesty, between this one and the blue stuff, there's hardly any difference. Right, so if you find that of interest, there will be a link below. It's not an affiliate link, it just tells you where to get the stuff from. I'm not on any affiliate programs at all, deliberately, so nobody can accuse me of trying to promote something to get the affiliate link, but I do absolutely believe in this product. So, thanks very much for watching. I am currently at a place called Alexa Camping, or Camping Alexa, in northern Poland, and you may have heard some of the noises on the outside from the campsite, but I shall tell you more about that in another video. So, there you go. This is about Solbio. Thanks for watching.